Hey guys, welcome to the new week here, new year. It's the first week of the year, and we're going to be doing some really basic stuff, the cross stroke from close guard. And we always start with the basics at the beginning, and this is also to keep you on track and don't have to make things more complicated than they are. So let's turn towards the camera here first. So we're here in the close guard, and there's a lot of things we can talk about the hips and how I'm always like connecting my hips up towards his hips, right? So you don't want to be lousy or loose. You want to keep tight and controlling the position as much as possible. Because this is going to be a huge pointer to get the grips that you need, right? So if he's creating this distance or in a frame like this, it's going to be really hard for me to reach to his collars. So a lot of the times I have to first remove his frames, either if it's grabbing his arms to the side or if it's bringing both his arm out to the sides. But what I have to do is close this gap. And to do that, I'm using my hips here to close and bring him back down. So I'm breaking his posture, right? When I'm breaking his posture, that's when I can reach in for his collar. And in this case, I'm going in with my right hand onto his opposite collar here. And I'm grabbing 4 fingers in and thumb on the outside, right? So what I'm trying to do here is to put the blade of my wrist here, or blade of my forearm / wrist, in towards his neck. So this is what's gonna kind of block the arteries on this side, right? So going for this grip, of course, sometimes there's gonna be some arms involved, there's gonna be some defense, of course, but then you can always swing on the inside, you can connect, you can start looking for other attacks, but mainly what you're trying to focus on is just getting this first grip and controlling this grip first, okay? Now, the next grip that I'm going to go for is on the opposite side here. And you could go for just about any grip, like on the fabric of his gi here, or you can start looking for the thumb on the inside of his collar, right? Usually the thumb on the inside of the collar is a little bit more difficult to get, but sometimes with a long match and some moving around, his collar is a little bit loose, and then it's a lot easier for me to start working on the inside here, right? But what you will see immediately is I got this grip and it's so far away to go for that other grip. So how do I move myself over to this side and create the angle to get this grip? Well, I use the foot on the hip here, like this. So once I place the foot on the hip, I can move myself to this side. So by turning and using this foot, I'm turning and bringing this leg across his back here, just like the armbar if you watched the armbar videos that I had. So here, now it's nice and open, it's easy to access. I can go straight for the grip. And once I have the grip, try to imagine that you're gonna bring your elbows down and you wanna center yourself in towards him, okay? So again, I'm not grabbing super far out on your shoulder, I'm grabbing pretty tight, but not too tight either, because I still wanna be able to bring my elbow down, right? If I go too deep here behind his neck, sometimes I'm not gonna be able to close it. So I wanna be able to close it, so I'm gonna go for like a middle, like golden middle line here. So boom, coming back down, okay? So now, once I have my elbows coming down to my ribs, I can start getting a pretty good choke. But a lot of the times, they're gonna be defending this. And that's something you just have to anticipate. And when they defend it, they're gonna use their hands and they're gonna start leaning back and coming up. So what you wanna do is you wanna come up with the guy. So turn to the side. If I'm down here and he starts pulling himself up, I'm sitting up with him, okay? So if I can keep the connection elbow to ribs as much as possible, this is great. Now, what I want to do is I want to take away his base. So if I want to take away his base, I'm going to put my foot on his knee. If I can put my foot on his knee, I can bring him down, and now it's going to be a rough fight for him, okay? Because what happens now is it's really hard for him to posture up. If he can bring his knees in, he's going to stretch me out, right? But if I can push at least one leg away, his base is low, and now we have the choke, okay? And you'll see also that they're very occupied with posting on the floor, because if he goes for my hands or grab with one hand, it's very easy for me to get him off balance and bring him further down. So it's a very effective way to continue with the cross stroke. Of course, you have to kind of feel if the bite is deep enough and so on. So here, bam, got the grip. Now I'm using this foot on the hip to turn to the other side. I get the grip on this side and I'm staying tight. If you get the choke here, awesome, right? If you don't, because he's posturing up, try to come up with him, okay? When you come up, kick one leg out, bring his head low, and there we go, okay? Boom. One last time. Bam. Here. Posture. And there we have a cross stroke, okay? Pretty basic, but I mean, it's like a kind of strange thing, but it's one of those things that you learn to start with, but you don't really use it until perhaps you're brown belt. That's when you really realize how to utilize the position. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Yes.